how I manage my 5,000 Sing dollars monthly salary. Honestly, I feel naked sharing this because I've never done such a breakdown before. And before I get started and show you the numbers, I want to share a couple of disclaimers. So I have monthly salary coming in from both my businesses, the one in India as well as the one in Singapore. This is just the combined video just to make it less complicated and keep it simple. I have made some approximations. If you're watching this from outside of Singapore, you will feel like some of the numbers are pretty high, but honestly the standard of living over here is pretty high. Singapore is an expensive country, but it is all right. It is a pretty cool place to live in. And the third thing is my partner takes care of most of the needs of our home, namely rent and groceries, and I take care of more of the fun part, which could mean travel, classes, eating out, all of that stuff. And we don't keep a track of who pays what generally over a month. It could vary a little bit month by month as well, but this is what works for us. We are not someone who will kind of sit by the end of the month and divide everything 50-50, because we believe that like we're building a life together and we don't want to make the relationship transactional. So like we help each other out in multiple ways, and sometimes I will borrow money from him if we are making a big investment, and sometimes he has borrowed money from me when he's made a big investment. So it's like we're in this together and we're creating this life together, so we don't want to make a 50-50 thing, which I feel like is very controversial as well. I feel like everyone as a couple should do what works best for them, and this is just what works best for us. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get into the video. I'm sharing my screen. So the monthly income is 5,000 Sing dollars, which you can make the calculation. So 1 Sing dollars is 60 INR. So in case you're watching from India, you know the conversion. Here are the monthly expenses. So the number one thing that I invest monthly is in fitness classes. Like I will go to yoga classes, or I will find a dance class around me. I don't have any subscription or anything, but I will want to invest in my health and have fun fitness classes. Fitness activities I do is pretty free. So like I have a swimming pool in my condo, I have a gym in my condo, so I don't need to pay for any of those things. I have a bicycle which I bought last year, and I am able to go out in the park for like cycling session. So all of that is free, but once a week I will pay for fitness classes, which could come up to $30 to $40 per class, just to keep it fun, just so I can experiment a little bit. And sometimes I will also pay for meditation classes and sound healing classes. So this is all of it combined, which comes out to $150 per month. Then I have painting classes, and as a child I used to go to painting classes, and I have also like given like 2 painting exams, which used to happen. But as I grew older, like work took over, and like I didn't used to spend on hobbies at all, but I changed the mindset in 2023 because I want to live a well-balanced life. I don't want to just work and spend on work and career. I used to think nothing about spending thousands of dollars on masterminds, courses, conferences, but I would not spend anything at all in my hobbies and in my fitness classes and all of that. But what you see right now is kind of where I am at right now in my life. So painting classes, I spend $200 per month. It's a 4-week class package, and my goal is to create beautiful paintings from my home, and I've already created 3 paintings for my home already. I like doing that. It is such a soothing, calming experience, and I love it. Then we have salon activities, namely nails, eyebrows, hair upkeep, all of that. You know, as a woman, all of this takes some work, and I think the monthly expenses come out to be $400. Pretty expensive if you ask me, if you compare it to any other country in Asia or anywhere. But I have to admit, Singapore is expensive. It is what it is, and it is kind of like my self-care kind of a thing, which I like to do. Then we have shopping. Now shopping would include if I need to buy some new clothes for shooting, or Sephora runs to update my makeup or skincare, medicines, things like that. Then I have a monthly expense of a helper. So in Singapore we have a concept of a helper, which I pay $650 per month for that. So I take care of that need. It is a need because she takes care of everything. She lives with us, so she takes care of everything from the house chores, cleaning, cooking, going to buy groceries, all of that, which is so convenient, is truly a lifesaver for me and my partner both, because we both work. It just gives me that time to invest in fitness or painting and of course work on my business full time. Pretty grateful for that. Then average travel monthly. Somehow in this year we have been traveling a lot. Like every month there's something or the other happening. Either we are traveling to India to see family, or I'm taking my family on a vacation, or my family was visiting me earlier this year in Singapore and I like took the responsibility of showing them across and pampering them and all of that. And recently we came from a birthday trip for my partner. So like all of that, the average comes out to be $1,000 per month, which would include flight tickets, resorts, doing fun activities outside and all of that. So yeah, travel is a big expense and it is something I'm very happy about. There was a time in my life when I used to shop a lot. At this point in my life, travel and experiences are much more important, and it's so crazy. Like this year, if I look back at my expenses and finances, I've not shopped a lot, but I've spent so much in travel, which is crazy. But I like that because memories are truly something that will be with us forever. Like we traveled to Indonesia recently, or before that we traveled to Iceland, or before that I took my parents on a 32nd wedding anniversary trip to Udaipur and we stayed in a very nice place, or before that I showed my parents across Singapore. So like all of that is so much more meaningful to me than, let's say, buying a nice bag or things like that. So that's where most of my salary goes. Investments, $1,300 per month. Now this is divided across public stock market and a real estate investment, which I did recently, which I need to save monthly for. Typically I need to pay once every few months, but I need to save it so that I'm ready for it. And taxes at 20%. Again, taxes is more or less, since I'm dealing with two countries, two businesses. I don't want to go too much into detail about how it is because it is complicated. I have to say, like, I have to file two company taxes, I have to file two personal taxes in both countries, so it is complicated. But this is just an average of 20% in taxes, which comes out to $1,000. So that's my breakdown of the $5,000 per month salary. And note that this is just, I am an employee of my company, so I take a fixed monthly salary and this is my fixed monthly. However, let's say I'm making a big investment as an angel investor in the public stock market or in a real estate investment, then I will take a director's bonus when needed to make that big down payment on anything, which I've not included here because this is just my monthly expenses, what I need and what I take to pay my monthly bills. But the bonuses are separate and they honestly vary. Like let's say if I'm not making any big investments, I would just put it in the company. I would just keep it in the company because corporate taxes are lower than personal taxes. I also want to keep the profits in the company, not consider it my own money to spend on whatever, but just to keep the profits in the company so that I can use it and invest it to grow the company. Let's say I want to pay for a rebrand or a photo shoot, or hire the right team members to help me out, or save for taxes which will come at the end of the year. So things like that, just to have like at least a 6-month check to run my company operations and expenses. And on top of that, anything that would require for the growth of the company, I would keep it in the company itself and not take it out unless absolutely needed and I'm making a big investment. So yeah, that is my monthly income and expenses breakdown. As I said, I was not sure, do I want to do this? I literally spent a lot of time thinking, but it is what it is. I mean, you can think about it whatever you want, but this is the reality. This is what I spend on right now, and this is how I do it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me know if you want to hear more personal finance breakdowns and advice from me, and I would love to include that in the future videos. So make sure to like this video. I'll see you in the next one.